Okay, what's going on in my life? Today I'm supposed to go on a date and the time is now 8 p.m. The person actually just called, but I did not pick the call. And let me explain why. So this person has been planning this date for like 3 weeks now. You've been planning this date for 3 weeks. You're going to come to my city. I'm like, okay. So eventually one day I'm like, you've been saying weekend. You've been saying weekend. When is this weekend? I like to know that you have a plan. And then this person tells me, oh, okay, on Thursday. And I'm like, okay, Thursday is the 29th. And he's like, yes. So I'm like, okay, Thursday. So I look at my schedule. I'm like, okay, I don't really have so much going on Thursday. However, on Friday, I have a very busy day. So I said, okay, this person is coming on Thursday and we happen to be traveling because we're going to another city. Then I'm going to do my meetings online. However, I was a bit scared about this whole trip and traveling with someone I'd only met once. I know, right? I mean, I'm not really like a travel with someone kind of person. I've observed that when I travel with people, I don't have any fun. I hate it. I hate traveling with people. Like, no matter how nice and sweet they are, there's just something in me that wants my peace, that wants to be in a hotel room when they all want to be outside. And sometimes I want to be outside when they all want to be in the hotel room, and they like going to restaurants to eat. And I hate eating in restaurants, and I just like sitting in my house and eating whatever healthy thing I can find, like fruits and microwave boiled eggs. And don't judge me. Now, moving on, this person said Thursday. So Thursday, Wednesday comes, and I'm like, okay, so you're coming tomorrow, and it's like, no, Friday. I'm like, what kind of unstable person is this? I do not like people that are unstable. I don't like people that have made no plans. And even I spoke to him one time and I was like, okay, first of all, how did this even happen? Um, One time I told him I wasn't picking his calls or replying or anything because I don't know if you guys already know I don't do talking stage. So I'm like, I don't understand why you think that you you have a right to response from me. Like, I don't know what you are in my life. I don't know what you want from me. And then he gives this whole long speech. I'm this and this and that. I want to invest in you. You are this, you are this, you are brave, you are strong. A lot of things, but doesn't really say anything. Like, he doesn't really say, I want you to be my sugar baby, or I want you to be my wife, I want you to be my ex-wife, I want you to be my girlfriend, I want you to be my sister, I want you to be my cousin. It doesn't say anything. So there is no intention. And I'm someone that I'm very, very drawn to intentionality. I'm very, very drawn to people who have purpose. I see it as a very, very strong character trait because I'm that kind of person, and I want to raise kids that are like that as well. Like, make plans, make strong plans, make bold plans, be specific, be intentional. That's how those things are so like, what's the word? They are so attractive. But this person is like just giving me this long speech of a lot of things, and I'm just like, I don't say anything. I just keep moving on, minding my business. Just wanted to see you this second time so that we can talk and have a proper date. Because the first date he took me on, we were just like, he just he had no plans. He had no plans. And the first date was really annoying for me. Why was the first date annoying for me? The first date, of course, it was one of my most fascinating dates because the weather eventually got better and we went shopping. But the first date was annoying for me because this person just texted me on the dating app that I'm coming to your city this weekend. This weekend does not have a date or a time or anywhere or anything. So I realized he gave me his number a while ago. So I just go text with the number like, which day are you coming? And then I don't get a reply. And then the next time I just get a text, send me your address. I'm in your city. And I'm like, okay, it's a rainy day. And normally I'm someone that if people are coming to my city to visit me from the dating app, or if I'm planning anything at all, I like to do a weather forecast check. So this person didn't tell me when he was coming. I didn't do a weather forecast check. That day was raining mad. So when he came, he was just outside. I'm like, I'm going to wait for this rain to subside. Please sit in your car. After a while, the rain just reduces and I go downstairs and I'm like, where are we going? Like, I don't know. Let's just go around the town. It's my first time in your city. I'm like, okay. So I get into the stranger's car and we go to the city and we park somewhere and we just start walking around and he just starts entering into stores, shopping malls and just buying me stuff. At first I'm hesitant, like, what kind of person does that? But then I'm like, okay, maybe some people are just like generous like that because I'm crazy sometimes like that too. but not to someone that I'm, let's say, romantically interested in. Maybe a friend or someone I haven't seen in a while. I'm just like, hey, girl, long time. See, we just go somewhere and we just start buying, usually makeup stuff, and nice, simple things. So I'm like, okay, maybe, the universe, kind of the law of karma, like something that you put out, you're kind of getting it back. So I wasn't like very judgy about that. I was excited actually. I made videos about my excitement. But that was the first day. So I was hoping that the second day would be better. But eventually, today is a rainy, 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 rainy day. It's been raining all morning till now. The best thing I've enjoyed from this whole rain is opening my windows and just enjoying doing my work in a very, very cool atmosphere. But apart from that, it's just been so rainy. I didn't even go for my volunteering thingy. So I see a text from this person saying, I'm now in Paris and I'll be in your city in so and so time. I'm like, okay. Before then, this person then changes the plans. Like I told you guys before. Okay, like I don't know if I've told you guys before. At first, he wanted us to go to a certain city to stay with his parents. Now you didn't indicate whether you're introducing me to your parents, and why am I going to see your parents on a second date? Because to me, it's just too fast and a bit too dumb. You don't know me. Just because we had a great first date doesn't mean I'm ready to see your parents. So another point, at another point he texts me and he's like, "Oh, his brother and the kids are with the parents, and they don't have a place to stay. They're temporarily having housing issues, and he's going to text his parents to hurry the brother out of there so that he can come because he hasn't seen his parents in a while." I'm like, don't rush your brother because of me. You can go see your parents and go stay with your parents. Don't do anything rash because of me. At first, and that's already giving me a red flag. Like, you want to kick your brother out because of a girl you met just once. I mean, imagine what happened to your wife, or what could happen to your wife in the future. So that's already giving me a red flag. So at some point, it's like, okay, so let's maybe not his parents' house anymore. Maybe we should go to so place, so place. He has houses in this place and has houses in that place. I'm like, okay, we can go to any of those places, no problem. I speak to my friend and she's like, if you don't want to go, don't go. I speak to my sister, she's like, if you don't want to go, don't go. So I already know in my heart I don't want to go. And then he sends me, oh, by the way, he has my account number. So he sends me money and he's like, okay, I can buy things for the trip. So I'm hesitant. Eventually, I buy a suitcase, because the money he gave me was for a suitcase. You have to buy a suitcase and makeup, anything else you need. So I buy a suitcase, and there's a lot of extra change after buying the suitcase. So I buy makeup, I go cloth shopping, even though I don't know why I'm doing that. And at some point, I carry the suitcase, and I'm in another supermarket, and I'm in another supermarket, and I meet a friend of mine, and he's like, "You're traveling," and I'm like, "Oh my god, you caught me." He's like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And at some point, my friend thinks I'm crazy, saying, he's not really my friend. The guy thinks I'm crazy, saying, I don't know. And I'm like, honestly, I don't know. At that point, I'm now in a trance, like, girl, what are you doing? You're carrying a suitcase. You don't know where you're going. So I come home that day and I text this person. I'm like, seriously, what's the plan? And he's like, okay, he's dropping his friend off at Paris and then he'll come and see me in my city, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. Red flag 2. If you don't have anything you're doing in this part, you're not coming to this part. That means you're using one stone to kill two birds, which is a good thing, but it just also means that I'm part of the plan and I'm not the plan. So everything is like going very, very spontaneously, as spontaneous as this person can be. So first of all, we're supposed to go to your parents' house. That didn't work. Then you have 3 other places we could go to. And then you eventually say, okay, let's just do Paris. I'm like, okay, Paris is good and it's safer for me because it's closer to my city. Why did I say that? To me, I feel like it's closer to my city. So in case, God forbid, anything starts happening, I can do a quick booking. I've already told him that I'm not going to stay in the same place with him. So I want to stay in a different place. So my thought was that if we're not going to your parents' house anymore, you should have sent me a booking, like a train booking, unless you're driving. So apparently he's driving, or a hotel booking, showing me where my room is going to be, my house is going to be, that kind of thing. But I've not gotten any of that. So the day comes today, and he texts me, um, okay, at 4 p.m. I see a text saying, I'm in Paris. I'm going to Paris now. I mean, I'm just getting to Paris now. I'll come to your city at 8 p.m. So after a while, I see, what's your plan for tonight? I'm like, which one is what's your plan for tonight? If we were dating and you text me what's your plan for tonight, I'll think, okay, I'm supposed to make plans. But you are still trying to date me. It's your second date with me. I'm not making any plans. I will never make any plans because you're the one still trying to convince me that you're material, because you already see that I'm material, but I'm still very confused about you. So, what's my plan for tonight? I don't have any plans and I will not be making plans. Serious, especially for someone very spontaneous. Spontaneous is not a good, it's not a bad thing. It's just that it comes with a lot of risks and confusion sometimes. Spontaneous gifts, spontaneous trips with someone you already know, yes, that's very good. But spontaneity with someone you don't know, that's very strange. That's like just getting a job and you don't have a job offer letter, and then things just keep changing in the workplace. Your position keeps changing, management keeps changing, the routine keeps changing, plans keep changing because people are being spontaneous. That's not very, very functional. So at 8 p.m., I get a call. I already know from the message I sent when he asked, what's your plan for tonight? I just said, let me reply like I don't understand this question. So then I replied with my schedule for the day. And I said, I just returned from my but volunteering place, and I have an appointment by 10 p.m. Actually, this appointment is by 10 p.m. rather, but I told him 9 p.m. because I know that most people, when they take you out for a date and you say, oh, your next appointment or your meeting is by 10 p.m., they want to waste your time and bring you back home at 10 p.m. And I have to set up my Zoom, I have to set up my mic, I have to set up everything. I have to read my notes for my class, because for this class, I'm the coach, and I don't want to disappoint my student, because on Friday we couldn't have our classes because she I don't want to say talk so much about my client. It's not about her right now. So we agreed that today is going to be 2 hours just to make up for the last one. And you don't want to disappoint, because when a person has paid you for a whole session, every week counts. And if we don't do our classes today, that means this week is gone. So I'm like, I would just say 9 p.m. So I say, then I need to sleep now, because honestly, sometimes during my sessions, I find myself falling asleep. So I take a moment, I'm like, I need to sleep now. So the sleep didn't come. Then I accidentally stumble upon WhatsApp and I open the messages and I see, where do you want me to sleep tonight? I'm someone that always gets irritated by this question when a man texts me, especially from the dating app where we've never met. You're the one who decided to come to my city to see me. Then if you mistakenly, accidentally ask me, can I stay at your place? That person just suddenly becomes less of a man to me, because there are men that have come to visit me that booked an Airbnb just to stay in the city for like 2 days or one day and leave. There are men who just respect themselves, stay in a hotel room. And some of you are listening and saying, and why haven't you dated? Why haven't you married? Why haven't you da, 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 da. Remember that these are just single qualities. Just because a person has enough proof of funds doesn't mean that the person will get a visa. Just because a person has got an admission letter doesn't mean that the person will get a visa. These are just, extra requirements. There's some things you eventually see in people and you're like, God, can I live with this for the rest of my life? So don't ask that question. It's not very, very clever. So back to what I was saying. So when a man texts me, can I sleep in your house? Is there space in your house? Can I come up to your room? Like one idiot guy, he was saying it in French and on the phone, and I said no. And then he said he thought I didn't understand French. It was like, sorry, that do you understand French? I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I want to come to your room. I was like, this guy, why do you think that because I'm saying no, then I clearly don't understand what you're saying? I said no, you can't come to my room. So that matter died. So this day I checked my WhatsApp and I see a message, where do you want me to sleep next? I'm like, where do I want? I want. Am I supposed to want? I didn't make plans for you to come see me this weekend. You're supposed to come and see me yesterday. Today is Friday. I didn't make plans for you to decide to come and see me anyway. You woke up by yourself and said you were coming to see me. Your initial plan was that we're going to travel to a certain city, and we're not going to that city anymore. Then you said Paris. So if you made plans for Paris, you did not send me any booking.com, you did not send me any Airbnb. So which one is, where do you want me to sleep tonight? Am I supposed to want something? Am I supposed to, I don't know. I'm really confused. Like, so some questions that really, really just tick me off, and I'm an overthinker. So I'm like, where do you want me to sleep tonight? You're the one that decided to show up in the evening, at night, at 8 p.m. to a city. Wherever you sleep is none of my business. I'm not even going to open that WhatsApp again till tomorrow. Because as it stands, I've already given him my plan for the evening. I came back from my NGO at 5 p.m. I have a class at 9 p.m. that I need to prepare for, but I need to sleep for a while before that class. So if he's clever, he should understand that by this moment, that girl is sleeping and her phone is probably on silent. So if you didn't make any plans, you are on your own. All this spontaneity and wanting to be spontaneous, it's a serious red flag, because it also shows that this person isn't even sure where you are in their life, what they want to do with you. People want spontaneity so that they can easily step in and easily step out. Forget the long speech of, oh, I see you as a brave woman, blah, 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 I want to invest in you, blah, blah, blah. Forget that long speech. If there's no intention, if the person is not speaking from a place of intention and purpose for you, and saying, I see you and I want you to be that, they don't have a definite plan for you. This is just how this person's brain is scattered. This person has a scattered brain. That means no matter how much they claim to like you, no matter how much money they send to you, no matter how much gifts they give to you, no matter how much they try to, text you, how are you, those kind of things. If this person has not made intentions clear, they never will, because they don't know anything about making serious intentions. And the fact that the first date, we didn't even talk or get to know each other. When I try to talk about myself, the story just changes. It just shows, was this person even I didn't even know until, after a while, like right now as I'm talking, I didn't even know he had daughters until I think one time he mentioned my daughters. I was like, oh God, what kind of trouble is this? Like, you don't say anything about yourself on the first date. Daughters. So now I'm thinking, daughters from baby mama or daughters from ex-wife. There's just a lot that I can't handle, and I really cannot be bothered with checking my WhatsApp tonight. And somebody's saying, so why are you recording this 18 minutes voice note? Because I like to do these podcasts and just keep them for whenever I fully go into coaching girls and coaching women on how from the start you decide the flow, you decide the respect, you decide how your relationship is going to go. Because what you tolerate at the beginning is what is going to continue. Don't say, I hope this person will change. You're seeing this person as this person is. This person is definitely over 30 or over 28, and you already know that this person, it will be difficult for them to change certain patterns. So don't try to say, oh, if he's very spontaneous now, maybe he will change and be a very stable person in future. No, this person is showing you that they're spontaneous, they don't make plans, they don't fix, they don't check the weather forecast. This person is showing you that they don't book ahead. They don't have specific plans of where they want you to go. Like, I even texted him, so if you're coming to my city, then I need to return the suitcase. He didn't even respond, but I really need to return the suitcase and almost everything I bought, because I went to make inquiries at the one of the clothing stores, and they said that yes, I have 30 days to return. So it's just also uncomfortable for me, because I already know in my head that this is a red flag, that I can't even deal with this person for another 24 hours, not to mention a commitment that is going to be longer than 24 hours. But I know that there are so many women, so many girls that will decide to date this kind of person and say, oh, maybe, just maybe, oh yes, he respects my body. That's a good thing. That's one good feature. But most guys, of course, they respect your body the first day, but then they make plans the second day. Even this one that he's saying that when we travel, I'll stay in a different room in his parents' house. Most times they just say this to get you out of your location, out of your city, but they have plans that when they get to that place, that they're going to do what they're going to do, and you're not going to have any way out of it because you're there with them. So it's a strong decision that I had to make, and I sent him a very long voice note explaining and saying that there will not be any form of intimacy until after my marriage. So no matter how much you think, because I learned that some guys, they keep a budget, for how they're going to wow you, because they believe every woman's vagina has a price. So they're going to keep that budget and just keep spending on you till you eventually decide, oh, you want to sleep with this person. No, your body is not a gift that you offer in exchange for money. That maybe that's just me speaking, but it's something that I hope that women can offer to a man who honors them. What is honor? Decide to yourself, what is honor? Honor cannot be someone buying you gifts. You don't just need that. Honor goes way more than that, way deeper than that. So I'm just making this radio podcast or whatever to just encourage someone out there and just say, there's some things that you should just be careful about from the beginning, and don't say, oh, this person is going to change. There's nobody perfect. Some people have good qualities and bad qualities, and there's some things you can't stand. I'm someone who's very organized, so a person who is very disorganized like this, he can be disorganized for himself, but you cannot be a disorganized person and want to live your life in a partnership. It just doesn't work. It can't work in business, it can't work in relationships, it can't work in any form of association. If you want to be spontaneous for yourself. But when you decide, oh, you want to date someone, you have to now decide that, oh, I can't be spontaneous. This person has a life, this person has a schedule, and I need to make plans and be specific about what I want. On the dating profile, I was very specific about what I wanted. So anyone come into my life that is not specific and is not using his words, using his mouth, expecting me to assume, I don't have that time. I don't use my brain to assume maybe we're dating. Like, he probably thinks I think we're dating, but he probably doesn't know that I'm still going out on dates with other people, because until you tell me with your mouth that you want us to be you want me to be the one, you want us to be exclusive, and I ask you, oh, to what end, what is the goal, you tell me, I'm never ever going to assume that I'm dating someone. I'm never ever going to find myself texting you first. I'm never ever going to assume that I owe you some form of loyalty, or that I owe you some form of dedication, because you haven't honored me to that point of letting me know what the plan is. That, oh, I'm a man on a journey. This is the plan, and this is where you fit in. So if a man is not making that specific plan, and you want someone with a plan, then you guys don't go together. But if you know you're someone that you don't care, you just don't want to be alone, you want to be with any man as long as you get male attention, then this voice note is not for you. Have a wonderful time. I'll let you know how this goes, because apparently I know that this guy is going to find a place to sleep in this town, and probably the next day, tomorrow, is going to be upset, get irrational, turntables, and say a lot of things. And if I respond to that WhatsApp, it's going to be a long tirade of people talking back. So I guess I'll just let you guys know how it goes. If I see tomorrow a message saying, you didn't even care where I slept yesterday, blah 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 blah, I'm leaving, I'll never talk to you again. Or people say they'll never talk to you again, do they expect you to cry? Like, I don't understand. Like, do you want me to cry? Anyway, I'll let you guys know how it goes tomorrow, but this is just what I'm anticipating could happen. I might just get a text saying, you never even cared where I was, blah 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 blah, I'm leaving, I'll never talk to you again. Bye, thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe. See ya, bye.